Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here with a familiar face, if you've been watching us, Donovan White. Welcome again, Donovan. And he is the Director of Tourism for Visit Jamaica. And we are right at the beginning of JAPEX, the Jamaica Travel Product Exchange that usually I'm down there in Jamaica enjoying the weather. And this year, of course, we're all virtual. It's the first virtual JAPEX that Jamaica has ever had. And we're going to talk to him about a little bit about that, some of the tourism numbers and things that are going on, and all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Donovan, first of all, I always ask, and I see you're there in your office. How are you and where are you?
I am great. It's always good to be with you. You know that. I'm in Jamaica. I'm actually in my office in Jamaica. Such is the veracity of technology today. Of course, expedited by COVID and the fact that we have had to learn to live in this new normal, learn to do business in this new normal. Tourism being no different, and actually being one of the world's leading industries, have had to pivot. And it is one of the reasons why JAPEX this year is a virtual show. And we're happy we took the decision to make JAPEX virtual, because we needed to be able to show and demonstrate to all our travel partners and media partners like yourselves around the world that Jamaica is open. Things are happening. We are doing our own diversification of the destination. We are hardening our protocols. We are making it even safer and more secure for travelers who are looking for holiday and vacation experiences to choose Jamaica. And so JAPEX allows us that opportunity to bring the industry buyers and sellers together, to have those discussions and to create new contracts and opportunities that will allow them to do business in an era that we've never seen before, anything like it. The results of it is still left to be known, how good, bad, or otherwise it will be in the future. But we're not going to wait on the future to determine, what our next move is. We believe we have to be proactive. We have to be understanding of the changes that are happening around us. And we have to listen to what the market is telling us. And I think we've done those three things reasonably well. If I should grade ourselves, I think we've been reasonably well at it, led by, of course, Minister Bartlett, who is a true visionary in this industry. And so, we are happy about the turnout at JAPEX so far, the interaction.
Well, I understand. And in fact, I was on a press conference with you earlier because we really kicked it off this morning, and this is Monday. This will appear on Tuesday. But I understand that I don't know if it's record attendance, but you certainly have a lot of folks attending, right?
Yeah, it is record attendance. We have over 2,000 registered attendees to JAPEX, including over 100 travel agents. Because what we have done is to take the opportunity to really diversify what JAPEX represents. It's not just the business exchange between B2B partners. It's also the opportunity to really do some re-edification of our consumer partners, the travel agents, the OTAs, and so on, who directly interface with the consumer to help them to provide better information, to help them to provide new changes and updates in the destination, and to provide the kind of knowledge share that we have been able to impose on Jamaica as a destination to make us better and more equipped to function during COVID, but also to ready us for a world that is beyond what we would normally have imagined in a post-COVID world.
Yeah. Now, how does it work this year? I mean, the meetings are virtual like us? Are they doing like Zoom meetings between the buyers and the sellers and the suppliers there in Jamaica?
Absolutely is. We have found a really great partner in TravPro, who are the platform operators for JAPEX this year, and they have created some fantastic interactive tools, including use of Zoom, to create the meeting rooms that our partners can get on Zoom. Obviously, you set appointments just as though you were here in Jamaica. You schedule your appointments. You turn up at your appointments on time. You have 15 minutes in which to conduct your business. And the next appointment chips in, at 15, or think of 2 minutes after 15 minutes. So there's a rotation about it. There is a seamlessness about it. And we have curated a lot of destination content that we've made available on the platform to allow for that interactivity, or in between appointments, you can stop and check something out, not dissimilar from the behavior that you would have had at the Montego Bay Convention Center. Mm-hmm. In between appointments, you stop and get a coffee, or you stop and have a chat with somebody at the bar, or, so we've created that kind of fluidity in the flow of the show, the flow of the platform. We've created a media engagement room. We've created a networking room where you can just get into a conversation with persons who you may not know before, but introduce yourself. Hi, I'm so-and-so from so-and-so. I'd love to have a conversation with you about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or whatever the case might be. And all of a sudden, you've created a new contact. You exchange numbers, email addresses. Like I said, it's no different from being physically at a trade show. It's just that it's all done virtually. And we're excited that we're one of the first, if not the first destination to do a trade show like this, of this size and magnitude, with the size of partners that we've brought to the table. And hopefully Jamaica will continue to lead the way from that perspective.
Well, and also when you're not doing an appointment, you can go see a webinar seminar that stars you, actually. In fact, I saw one earlier today. I watched your luxury in Jamaica.
You did?
I did. And those are actually pre-recorded, I believe. And you can actually go back. And if I want to see you again, I can go see you again later. It's great. And then there's a whole lot of other topics in that are actually very great information. And beyond you, star some pretty major people in Jamaica, like Adam Stewart and people like that. It's really a good opportunity. And I guess the best part of all this is that it's really living for a while. I don't know how long it's going to be up, but you can go back.
It will remain online for a minimum period of 6 months. Mm-hmm. So you can always go back to the platform for more information, or to download information. That we've allowed a lot of the content to be shareable, so you can share it out to your various groups and partners and so on, if they weren't able to come to JAPEX. In the case of large travel agents that may want to share some of that educational content out to its agents, they can do so. They can also share it on public platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Or they can just download the content to their machines and use it for their own internal uses. So we've made it very dynamic in terms of, first of all, creating the content, and that was in and of itself quite a bit of work, but great work to do, because it allowed our marketing folks, our production folks, to get out into the destination and to help us to recreate recurate new experiences that we felt were missing from our offerings before, that we've now added, that they've made us even more complete. And part of the mandate that the Tourist Board has is to use technology in a way that makes the world that much smaller for us to communicate more effectively. And I think this is another step we've made in this regard, and one that I'm extremely proud of, and I know the minister is also very proud of.
Now, next year, when we hopefully have a live JAPEX again, do you think you'll continue to at least have some kind of virtual show as well?
That's been a conversation through this journey. We've asked the question, are we setting ourselves up to cascade fully into a digital technology kind of place where JAPEX becomes part of just the World Wide Web, and people don't have to fly from places to come to Jamaica? Absolutely not. Tourism is a personalized service. It's a relationship service. It's one that's built on years of building networks and building relationships. And there's no better way to do that than face-to-face. We believe, though, that there will be an opportunity to expand the reach of JAPEX to include virtual, so that there is an opportunity to create a hybrid, if you will, next year and future years, where we can expand the offerings of JAPEX to be a combination of both, to allow for us to tap into markets that are extremely hard to reach, or that is hard for participants to travel from on a consistent basis, because it's just more cost effective and cost efficient to create this hybrid kind of platform. So I think this year has allowed us to demonstrate that we are in command of these new technologies, and that now we have to after this exercise, take it back in, do some studies, do some understanding, understand what are the pluses and the minuses, and then come back with another plan now as to how what next year will look like and how we'll deliver it. Because part of the challenge that I've given to myself and to my team is to always be thinking ahead. What's next? I mean, how do we present Jamaica in a different way each time we do it? And because there is just so much to give, so much to offer, so much to talk about, that you can't do it in one conversation. You can't even do it in one JAPEX, to be honest.
Yeah, well, so now you could have multiple JAPEXs now.
Well, we used to. We used to. My chairman Lynch reminded me that when JAPEX started, we had JAPEX 1 and 2. And so that may be something to go back to. But the fact is that, as a marketer, as a strategist, my mind is always thinking about how do I do this differently the next time and make it even more interesting? Right. Because I think that's the important part of this industry that we have to continually embrace and that we have to continually push forward.
Now, we've already talked to Minister Bartlett about this new Jamaica Cares program, so I'm not going to talk with you about that one because that's coming up. It's going to be a sort of a mandatory program to provide travel insurance to everybody coming in, and really it's to make them feel much more confident about coming to the destination. But we've talked to him about that. But I don't want to let you go before talking a little bit about the marketing campaigns that you've launched in the last month and will be launching to really promote Jamaica. I know one in particular, you were working on a new wellness marketing program, and there may be others that I'm not aware of. If you could talk a little bit about those and what we can see.
Yeah, well, we are presently putting the finishing touches on our fall-winter campaign, which will hit the marketplace and the media waves maybe in the next 2-3 weeks. It's going to be something special, and it really is about providing that destination assurance to travelers around the world. That we are everything, sun, sand, sea, and everything in between, to ensure that we provide that level of guidance, that level of assurance, that level of reassurance. That it's not only safe to come to Jamaica. We have a wonderful destination waiting to welcome you, and we have well-trained tourism professionals who work right across the industry that are waiting to serve you and serve you well. So we're about to do that. What we've done up to this point is that we have kept and will continue to keep our brand positioning, which is heartbeat of the world. That won't change. But everything will pivot around that because that has not changed. We continue to position Jamaica as the heartbeat of the world because of all the many pulses that Jamaica provides to the heart when people come to Jamaica. And from that perspective, we've been very happy about that. We've done some really great digital executions this year. Escape to Jamaica was one of them, where we allowed ourselves to engage persons who were in quarantine or lockdowns during COVID, but still gave them a regular taste for their appetite of Jamaica in different ways. We use wellness, we use gastronomy, we use fitness and health. We demonstrated aspects of the destination that were never before seen. We've created new virtual tours of places in Jamaica that some person may have gone to, but some may not have. So we gave what you call a first-hand view or first-person view of those experiences and curated those as part of visitjamaica.com content store. So, we have tried, in every way we can to ensure that we engage and that we stay engaged with travelers around the world and with our partners around the world with information and with content.
Well, certainly you've been one of the more creative destinations in terms of your marketing and all these different things that you have set up to kind of counter this COVID-19 environment. I think you talked about training at the press conference earlier. The minister and you both cited the fact that you've been actually actively training Jamaican employees and tourism people to make them even better than they were. They were wonderful before, but now they're going to get even more training. And
right.
Then you also have these corridors you have that is really pretty much all your major resorts that you're kind of
right.
in a bubble, if you will.
There you go.
And there was a really, and I know at the beginning talking about how you had made some interesting ways to get into Jamaica. It seemed a lot easier, but there's certainly that, and your marketing campaigns really seem to have come all together now. And now, of course, hopefully we have the vaccine, but that's another story. But that's
another story.
The day that we're talking now is the day they announced that one vendor may have a 90% effective vaccine, but we just have to roll that out. So, so you did a lot of work for nothing, right?
Well, part of dealing with these what you call events, I call them, that happens every day, is really just being patient. And not getting too high or too low about any particular activity, but to try to remain or try to maintain a level of constant in terms of focus. We've been focused on, rebuilding with a safer, more secure, more seamless destination. These are all things that we prided ourselves on before. We have deepened and doubled down on those characteristics of the destination. And whilst we're doing that, we're also finding that we can be more exhaustive in our messaging about the destination and in our creativity in terms of how we deliver the destination. Those are the hallmarks, we believe, of the things we need to be focused on. To ensure that when people start traveling again in large numbers, and when a lot more aircrafts and cruise lines and so on start flying and sailing again, that Jamaica will occupy a significant portion of the demand that the consumers will have, simply because we've tried to maintain a level of connectivity with them throughout.
Yeah, well, actually, if there was a silver lining to all of this, it's that it's really refocused you and your efforts to do all that, to get new marketing campaigns, to improve the destination as a whole, to really refocus really on travel and tourism and bringing people back. So not that I would have all of this would prefer that this was not happening at all for the past year, which is about 6 months more than we thought it would. But now we're in it. And I think a lot of people, and certainly Jamaica, seems to have taken advantage of it to really improve a lot of different things. Anything else that you want to tell our travel advisors out there, our 100,000 travel advisors, about JAPEX or Jamaica marketing?
Well, your travel advisors, first of all, I want to tell them thank you. I want to tell them thank you because we have maintained a phenomenal relationship with travel advisors around the world, and particularly in the United States. And they have served us well. We have tried to be good partners And we hope that they see and recognize the work we're doing, and that they'll continue to support us, and they'll continue to point travelers and their travel clients and their travel needs towards Destination Jamaica. JAPEX is there for them all to log into. There's no cost for them to be enabled on the platform. So I encourage them to log in, move around the platform, take in some of the sights and sounds, engage in some of the dialogue and some of the conversation in some of the meeting rooms, some of the public meeting rooms. And, if you have questions, please leave your questions. You can direct them to anyone. Lots of the booths are being manned by persons either from the private sector and or from the tourist board. So there's always someone to talk to or to leave a question with, and we'll be happy to respond to them. So the message really is we're here to serve you, and whatever your needs are, if we can't fulfill them today or immediately, we certainly are going to make every effort to ensure that we do so in the very short future.
Now, we are going to be coming out the second day of this conference. If travel advisors or tour operators want to take a look around, as you said, to try the virtual JAPEX, is there a contact point somewhere where they should go?
It is JAPEX, JAPEX.org. Just type that into your browser, and it will come up, and I think there's a video at the beginning of the page that you will have to watch. Once it's complete, you will automatically be in the platform, and then you'll be able to surf around and to move around freely. So we encourage them to get on board, to get involved, and we look forward to having them log in and participate.
Fantastic. Well, Donovan, thank you once again for taking the time. It's great to see you again. I wish I was down there. We'd all much prefer a live JAPEX, but the virtual one is very good indeed, and it certainly helps all of us to understand what's going on. Even today, when the minister was talking, he's talking about new resorts coming in and this and that. I'm like, whoa, hold it! I have to take more notes. It's because I couldn't. He was talking pretty rapidly, and I'm like, oh wait, I didn't know that one. It's where you learn a lot of new stuff that's coming into Jamaica, and for all of those travel advisors out there who really sell a lot of Jamaica, and I know they want to find out about all the new things and the upgraded things that are going on in Jamaica. It's a great source of wonderful information. So thank you again for taking the time to talk with us about this.
Sure, no problem at all. Anytime, my friend.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.